Mhm. We are live.
Howdy, folks. This is Vol Mike here, and we got a guest already, and that's Commodore Ty. How you doing, man?
Doing well? How's everyone doing out there?
Well, it looks like we got Richie Poole and Elihu in the chat so far.
Hello, guys.
And
How's it going?
I got my coffee. Nothing in it this morning, mostly because I'm being lazy. I'm too lazy to put alcohol in my coffee. Go figure.
Blasphemy.
And if anyone else wants to join the panel, I wanted to talk about Zelda, but I found out before we started that Commodore Ty knows nothing about Zelda. So,
Sorry.
and Mr. Miles isn't here, so I guess I can't crack the whip on him. And I'm just joking. Today's like I'm not having these days off that often, and I want to just enjoy this.
Sounds good. Well, they're doing some a Twilight marathon, I think, on New Year's Eve.
Twilight, as in the Twilight books and movies,
Twilight
things.
Zone. Or Twilight Zone. The old Twilight.
Okay, then say Twilight Zone, because Twilight and Twilight Zone are two completely different things.
Will do. But yeah, they're doing a Twilight Zone marathon.
Yeah, Mr. Miles is saying Commodore Ty knows nothing of Zelda. Ban him. He's not one of us.
I know of the Glitch Zelda.
What's Glitch Zelda? I'm not sure I know of it.
I think it was a game console or something that was found. It's like a creepypasta.
Oh, I've never heard of it. I'm sure the Vile Child has. She's all about those creepypastas. I'm not. But, well, since you don't know anything about Zelda, anything else you want to talk about then?
You got any subjects you want, or any other subjects except Zelda, or?
I don't know. As I said, I'm just being lazy today. I seriously, I woke up like at 7:30, which, considering for someone who wakes up almost every day between 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning, is like really sleeping in.
Wow.
Well,
did you guys watch The Mandalorian? Catch up on the season finale?
Nope, haven't had time. I haven't watched any of Discovery Season 3 or Mandalorian Season 2.
Well, the Mandalorian season is very, it's easy to binge watch.
Elihu, the link is in on my Twitter. I put it on the announcement. If you can't find it, I can try to post it real quick in the chat. If Google, if YouTube will let me.
They let you put it in the chat.
No, for a while they weren't allowing it. It was weird. Oh, shoot. Nope. Don't have it. I don't have the link saved anymore.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, maybe he figured it out.
Hello?
I think he figured it out. Yay.
I actually figured something out. How is that possible? I had to go to Twitter. I'm like, oh, wait, okay, there's Vile. Then you said it's on your Twitter feed. Oh, there it is.
Dun, dun.
Let's see. And Mr. Miles is posting all these subtitles for a bunch of Zelda games: Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Link to the Past, Link's Awakening, Oracle of Ages and Seasons, Wind Waker.
Yeah, I put Link. I wasn't talking about Zelda Link. See, I know a little bit about Zelda.
Well, I knew Link was the character because you see a ton of that in every Comic-Con ever.
Yeah, all those Links, all the women dressed as Link, kind of like all the women dressed as Peter Pan.
They get those like Minecraft-looking, like 8-pixel-looking shields for people to sell. They sell a bunch of those.
That's easy. You take some cardboard boxes, paint it green, and you have your little Minecraft outfit.
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah, that's how people do it.
But even I made a Link style costume for Caddy this year. She ended up not wearing it for Halloween because I couldn't get it up to her in time. But
Hey, there's also Comic-Con. There's always Comic-Con, man. Don't worry.
Yeah, if they ever decide to have one again.
now it depends on what you mean, Richie. I have played the first 2 versions of Link's Awakening. I have not played the third yet. The remake, second remake.
Oh, that reminds me. NB Geek, Vine Mike, have you contacted Chris Knight about playing Jep Nerdy for Link?
Yeah, he already says he wants to.
Okay, good. Cool.
So, I don't know. I'm still trying to get back from Rock Solid to see if he'll play. Every time I've made a comment about it, he hasn't responded. Which is funny, is because he responded to one comment and not the other.
Maybe it's just clear that he doesn't want to do it.
Hey, if I play, I will get maybe 1 or 2 correct answers of the whole entire thing.
You get 1 or 2 more than right than I would.
I have played most of the old school Zeldas. I have not played Breath of the Wild or Hyrule Warriors, Cadence of Hyrule, or the new Link's Awakening. Basically, anything that's on the Switch or the Wii U.
Dude, yesterday Simone Bailey was asking questions and like general trivia questions and general knowledge and did you know this? Did you know that? I'm like, okay, I knew most of them. Why can't your questions be that easy?
What, my questions? I could make mine insanely easy, but then it wouldn't be as much fun. I think for the category one, I'm going to make all the questions easy because she wants her friends to try to play.
Like 3 + 3 equals.
What does that have to do with Zelda?
Okay, what color is Link's outfit?
Depends on the game.
Oh, damn you! Damn you!
Most games, it's a green tunic with a white or brown under tunic or undershirt.
Okay, what's Link's sword called?
Depends on the game.
Damn it!
You have to write the question so it's a lot. You can't. You have to be more specific. Like, what sword is known as the Sword of Evil's Bane?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
Okay, I got this one. The very first Zelda console. What was the very first sword you get?
Originally, it was the wooden sword. They later changed it to the hero sword.
Oh, damn you.
So damn,
that's a trick question, okay? I knew that one.
3 episodes of The Mandalorian left?
What?
I guess Richie Poole has at least 3 episodes of The Mandalorian left to watch.
Oh, man, you're going to wait to see Grogu die. Oh, shit, I just spoiled it for you. Sorry.
Who?
Grogu.
You can't spoil something when I don't know the person.
I know. The child. Did you read my article?
They named the child?
Didn't you read my article? Baby Yoda's dead?
Dude, I have been ignoring everything, everyone's live streams, because I don't want spoilers.
Well, I'm going to be doing a review now of season 1 and get it going on my channel. Because it's very easy. Well, it's very easy to binge watch. So.
Can you share my screen real fast, Mike?
I can try to. I can at least solo screen you.
Oh, okay. Guess not. You can't. Oh, that's right. You're on your phone, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I was going to show you the article.
Ass. I don't want spoilers. Damn it.
It's not a spoiler. It's a funny article like the Babylon Bee and Onion.
Say that one more time.
It's a satire article like the Babylon Bee and the Onion. It's very funny. It's well written.
Okay.
It's not a spoiler. It's just called Breaking. Baby Yoda has died.
Yeah, and Mr. Miles is correct. Link isn't a single person anyway. Almost every game is a different Link. Although on average, every Link has 2 games technically.
It could be just
I'd
like
say
a
on average.
Mandalorian. Link could be a
So-
species.
Well, that's even funnier that you should say that, because Link isn't even the same ethnicity in every game technically.
It could be like a
Some
religion or something. Like that's what they call about the Mandalorian. The Mandalorian
Someti-
is a
go
race,
ahead.
but it's also more of a creed, like a religion.
Yeah,
So that's what a link could be, pretty much. That's what I think of it. If they don't have the same character throughout.
but in Zelda, sometimes Link is a human, sometimes Link is an elf, sometimes Link is a Hylian.
It could be like a
And-
Green Lantern. That's the same thing with Green Lanterns as well. As long
Yeah.
as you control the ring, you're a Green Lantern. It could be human or some other species.
But a really hard question to ask would be like, the original Link from the original Legend of Zelda wasn't from Hyrule. He was from another country. What was the name of the country?
Australia.
Well, that's incorrect, but it's like Celatea or something like that. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm not pronouncing that right.
And Richie Poole asked, does he ever change gender? Well, Link ever change gender?
Well, there is a character called Linkle, which is a female-ish version of Link armed with a crossbow instead of like a bow and sword and stuff. But I don't think he's ever actually been female. There was a game called for the Nintendo Satellite View a long time ago that was only released in Japan, called Legend of Zelda: The Ancient Stone Tablets, where you were basically the protagonist, but you weren't Link, and you could choose either a male or a female person.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, if you look on my old timeline video, I actually included it because I used that as an excuse as to why Link wasn't present for Link's Awakening.
I'll have to watch that.
It's a very old video. The graphics suck. The music is weird, and there's no voice. It's like from when.
It's always
I say
interesting.
10 years ago, but it's probably closer to 13 by now.
I'm sorry, don't mind me. I'm trying to find a good Carl Sagan quote.
If you're talking about in Melee or Smash Brothers in general, I would probably give it to Peach. If you're talking about in a real fight between those characters, Zelda wins hands down. Depending on the Zelda. Just like Link, there's different Zeldas. Yeah, they established in the second game that every princess of Hyrule should be named Zelda. That's why it's always the Legend of Zelda, is because all the princesses are named Zelda.
Interesting.
Did not know that.
Yeah, I know way too much about this game series that most people don't care about. Despite the fact that I love it. I mean, hell, at one point I owned, I ended up selling it, but I owned the Legend of Zelda, the Zelda, not, what was it called? Fuck. Game & Watch. There we go. What was that? Was that a Elihu?
Yes, it was. Sorry. I keep my phone activated in case I get an earthquake alert. It's like loud. It was just a text message.
But yeah, the Zelda Game & Watch is a LCD game made by Nintendo back in the late 80s. I think before the Game Boy came out. And I loved that thing, except for the fact that the version I had some corrosion on the inside, so the sound didn't work anymore. But I still loved it, and I still ended up selling it for a pretty penny. But I wish I want another one. I want a good one though.
Mm.
I just don't want to pay for it. Oh crap! We have Caddy Knight in the house.
The vile child herself.
If I was the princess of Hyrule, I would have been named Zelda from birth, Mr. Miles, if that makes sense. And if I become a queen, I don't know. Then I'd be Queen Vile Mike. Queen Vile. But there would have to be a lot that would have to happen to have me become a queen. And I enjoy a certain appendage way too much. Excuse me.
No
I was
excuse.
just waiting for the
You've got to hit mute.
And apparently, Caddy's getting on it by saying Queen Vile Zelda.
Damn, what the hell's going on with this thing? Sorry, I'm just doing little last minute touches on my show at the same time. I've got my little transitions on here. And I don't know what the hell's going on with this image.
Miles is asking if what happens if Zelda becomes a queen.
Well, I think in between games is when she becomes queen. For plot purposes, she's always a princess during the game.
So she becomes a queen, then a princess, queen, princess, queen, princess.
And to answer Richie Poole, yes, there actually was an animated Zelda series from the late 80s, early 90s, which Caddy and I both enjoyed watching over and over and over again because she fell in love with it. We had like 3 or 4 of the DVDs that had 3 to 4 episodes on them. But yeah, except it doesn't have the Master Sword. It only had 2 Triforces because it was created, if I remember correctly, before the 3rd Triforce was introduced. And yes, Caddy is happy to put the catchphrase for Link, which was, "Well, excuse me, princess."
That's from the cartoon show, okay?
Oh, Mr. Miles' point was he was trying to say, wouldn't Zelda's mother be Queen Zelda? Not necessarily, because if the mother married into the royal family, she wouldn't be named Zelda. So you could think of the line of succession being male to female, and each female being named Zelda. And Mr. Miles is saying, Caddy, you're too young to remember that. Stop forcing us to remember it. And again, blame me. I'm the one who found the DVDs long time ago. Well, the sad part was about the DVDs. I can't remember. As I said, I think they released 3 or 4 of them. But even if that was all they released, they never released a full season of it. So weird. We never got all the episodes because we only had, like, as I said, 3 to 4 on each disc. So it kind of sucks that none of the other, not the full season was never released. And to answer Mr. Miles, I don't know what was worse. I think the Mario Brothers was probably worse.
Well, the Vile Child basically said it was the Mario Brothers. He had no hesitation.
Well, they did different versions of the Mario Brothers cartoon because each of the games.
So you
So there
didn't hear
was
that. You didn't hear that, did you?
what?
Okay, you didn't hear it, so my sound is really messed up. Damn.
Oh,
Sorry, I was trying something out real fast. Hang on. You guys did not hear that, right?
no, I didn't hear that.
Okay, Tim, do you hear this?
Nope. I mean, I
Nope.
hear it through your microphone, but not through whatever you're trying to put it through.
What does it sound like?
It just sounded like a gurgle sound.
Oh, shit. Damn.
Why are you trying to play?
I'm trying to test out my sound right here real fast with you guys. Make sure my show can actually come through my headphones. Otherwise, I've got to unplug it and plug it back in. Pickles is still trying to help me with my sound, but he's been a little busy and occupied with the trivia and other stuff, so...
And yeah, to answer Richie's question, no, the mail rollers aren't Zelda.
I'm sorry, I need to laugh this morning. Thank you.
So far, I know there was an Alphonse, but I can't remember all the other ones. One of them was like Harkonnen or Harkonnen, something similar to like the Dune guy's name, I think. Caddy's pointing out one of them was named like Rohim or something like that.
Not
Richie's
sure.
Richie's pointing out the amazing Zelda. It could work.
Oh, that would be an interesting game.
No, that sounds like one of those old-timey vaudeville magicians.
Yeah.
The amazing Zelda.
I haven't seen a vaudeville act in a while.
I don't think there are any vaudeville acts anymore.
Yeah, every once in a while in Golden Gate Park in the summertime. They have a lot of shit going on here.
I'll take your word for it. I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's about the same time as Shakespeare in the Park happens.
I think Caddy's going to the Zelda wiki to find out all the names of the kings.
When in doubt, go to Winky.
Okay, CNA. I have my coffee. I have my nicotine. I have a bowl of weed. So, yeah, I'm good.
Yes, Caddy, I mentioned earlier there is a female version of Link called Linkle. Richie wants me to bring back vaudeville.
Is there a non-binary link?
Well, in all honesty, we've never seen
There
Link
probably will
actually
be.
hook up with anyone, so he might just be. I think the only time we've ever seen Link kiss as another female character or male character or anyone was at the end of Zelda 2. So who knows? Link might just be gay. Or at least, I'm sure at least one of them are.
Are either of you going to be on Bird Stream later with the Futurama?
Probably not, because I'm going to head up to go see Caddy later today. I'm going to help. We're going to pick up one of her friends, and I'm going to make them wash my car.
Let's see what she has to say in the chat about that.
She already doesn't want to. And how you doing, Phil?
What time is Futurama today?
I think
About the
he's
same
gonna
time
get
your
at
stream
3.
starts.
Oh, shit. I tried to get to mine before Bird. I thought it was after 12. That's why I do my show at 12 noon, because everybody does it after 1 o'clock. I'm like, oh, come on. You better not start it early.
I like this. Caddy says Link is Link gender. And Mr. Miles he's just one link in the gender chain.
Oh my gosh, dude. Okay, a little early, but I like that.
Now, I think Zelda is kind of one of those gender fluid type things because the main character is meant to be a character that anyone can play. That's one of the reasons Link is always silent. But Zelda herself, at least in Ocarina of Time, is probably one of the most gender fluid characters you can get because she literally turns into a dude via magic.
I think Caddy got to Richie Pool.
How much is Caddy paying you to say that, Richie? Because I ain't buying her crap this year.
You know how much a piece of coal cost? Sheesh.
Well, it depends on who you ask, Mr. Miles. Some one of the guys who was working on the game said that Sheik is a separate character from Zelda and is male. Another person said that Zelda was just dressing as a dude. So I have not seen that, Phil. I'm gonna have to look that up later. Who is Princess Zorlda? I can't even say that right.
You know, Amazon has lumps of coal for sale for $10.
Only $10?
Yeah,
That's a good deal.
and you get a little box or a bag with it too. Yeah. Or you can buy a bag of coal at Lowe's hardware store for $30.
Or you could just go somewhere, buy a thing of charcoal briquettes and crush it up and then glue it back together to make it look like a lump of coal.
It's clean coal, Mr. Miles. They take a brush and scrub it clean before they send it to you, okay?
Yes, because we all know there actually is a such thing as clean coal.
Yes.
Clean coal is for people who failed chemistry.
Oh, there's Caddy. She got all the kings. Go ahead and try to pronounce it now.
Roham Bosforamus, Daltus, Daphnis, Nohansen, Gustav.
Hyrule. No. You've got Hyrule.
Okay, I was wrong. I thought when I said Alphonse, I'm thinking about Gustav. I don't know how I confused the two. No kidding. Of course, I'm not even interested. This is like the first time a new console's been released, both the PS5 and the Xbox X Series, that I just don't care about anymore.
I don't care about a PS5. I can't afford the games, period. So I have my PS4.
There are games for the PS5 available right now.
There is on the PlayStation Store.
Yeah, but in general public wise, just going to the mall or wherever, video games.
Well, 90% of the games for the PS console are all digital now, so it's kind of hard to find a hard copy of it unless you have to install the game, like Final Fantasy.
You want to know something that's almost funny? One of my Walmart, someone broke into their game cases to steal a bunch of games. They shattered the glass cabinet and everything.
Oh, empty discs.
No. What? With the PS5 coming out, and they did have PS5 games and the Xbox Series X games, and they still had PS4 and Xbox One, and they actually still even had PS3 and Xbox 360 games. What console games do you think were stolen?
PS3. PS4.
No.
PS3.
It was actually the Nintendo Switch. That's the games they broke into to steal.
Jeez.
Huh.
Well,
no one gave a shit about the other ones.
If people try to steal games and movies from Target here, good luck. You're going to get empty cases. They do it like GameStop. They have a drawer. They open the case, put it in, boom. Good luck. Well, Target ain't that big, so.
And Caddy is telling me that when I said Roham, she goes, it's pronounced like Rome.
Rome? Why is there an
Rome.
H? Oh, the H is silent like F in phonetics. Gotcha.
Yeah, Phil.
I kind of agree with Philip.
Yeah. I mean, I had the PS4 and the Xbox One, but I rarely ever play them. I mean, it's mostly just to test the things I pick up.
Philip, I got a 4K Blu-ray player for $10 yesterday without a remote control.
How did you get one of those?
Go down to the Mission District in San Francisco, little sidewalk sales.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
You really got to figure out how much Caddy's paying Richie Pool to say some of the stuff he's saying on the stream. Or she's secretly using Richie Pool's account, and we don't know it.
I could have bought a Switch for $60, but I didn't feel like it.
Caddy hacked Richie Pool, is that what you're saying?
If I could afford it, I could have bought one of those new iPhones for $500.
I would never buy an iPhone. I hate Apple products.
I know, but I love the cameras.
Oh, and we got Mrs. Vile in the house. Yay. How you doing, babe?
Oh, gee, he's so happy to see you. He's like, yay.
I was trying not to be too loud. But no, I love I love it when she's in the chat because it shows that I'm not actually just making her up.
Mr. Miles, I know what happens if you beat the Running Man. Arnold Schwarzenegger will get pissed and kick your ass.
I don't know what you're talking about, Mr. Miles, because you can't beat the Running Man. I've literally beat him in 0 seconds. I got there in 0 seconds, and he still won. I used the swordless link trick to cheat, and I still lost.
Yeah, there's definitely an interaction between the Richie Pool and your daughter.
How much do I owe you now? Who is Christmas Tree? Phil, who are you talking to? Talking to inanimate objects again?
I don't know what he's talking about.
I think he's talking to inanimate objects. That's his
Again,
to say hi to the porch.
Mr. Miles, it's programmed into the game that you cannot beat him. As I said, I've got there in 0 seconds, and he still wins.
Then what's the point?
The point is to always try to beat your time, but yeah, it's programmed into the game that he doesn't win or that he doesn't lose.
Oh, okay, I get it, Phil.
That's kind of BS.
Oh, that went over my head because I haven't seen that movie in way too long.
Yeah, I'm like, huh? Sorry, dude. I'm on third cup of coffee right now. I slept until 7:15 this morning.
Oh, really? Oh, man, yep. Richie Pool.
Sounds like you're the Running Man right now, Elihu.
No, I put in my earplugs last night so I can actually try to sleep in. And it kind of worked. I was up twice, but I actually slept in about 7:15. So I'm like, fuck it. Sun's starting to wake up, go outside. Sun's starting to shine, so I might as well get up.
Are you talking about the crooked cartridge trick, Mr. Miles? Because I've used my personal copy of Ocarina of Time is the Golden 1.0 version, where you can do the swordless link trick. And with that, you just cast, you get it so you can use Feor's Wind anywhere. And you set up the thing right there on the bridge so you can beat him right away. So, okay, yeah, he says he's using the crooked cartridge trick. That I don't think that counts then because you're literally using the fact that it's a cartridge to screw up the code.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm gonna have to deal with 2 teenagers later.
Yeah, but at least you're going to get a free car clean out of it.
No, I'm still paying for it.
Uh,
I'm just gonna make them help.
Stone Loki says, Yuletime Party, Valhalla Lounge, 2 p.m. Central today. Hope everyone's there.
Mr. Miles, F the code. I wanted to win. Apparently, Mr. Miles is Neo.
and Richie Pool's asking to stream that later. I mean, Richie Pool's asking the Vile Child to live stream that later.
Well, maybe we'll do a Caddy Needs Attention stream if they do a good job on the car.
Wait, I thought it was all caddy stream categories.
That's not till January for her birthday.
Oh, that's right. Topic 1, category 2, category 3, category 4.
Yeah, I don't even know what categories she wants. I'm sure there's going to be a Bonnie and Clyde one and other crap because she's weird. Uh-oh. Okay. I thought she was going to try to do something.
Oh, wow. A 6.2 just happened off the east coast of Japan.
Fun. How you doing, Bird?
Hello,
Hey, Bird.
world. It's Birdo Prey 5. Kapla.
Kapla, bird!
Man, I am so tired. I
Ooh.
don't know if I'll be awake for Futurama.
But you can always mute it again. Don't worry.
So these are some really good episodes.
Which ones are you on?
2 of the episodes are my all-time favorites.
What season are you on?
Season 4, according to Hulu.
Okay.
We got Leela's Homeworld, which is so-so. I mean, it's good, but it's not the best.
That guy who tries to be the who's pretending to be everybody else. Yeah, I remember that one.
We got Where the Boogaloo Roam.
Boogaloo, yeah, that's
Mars,
Amy,
which I really liked. One of my
Amy
favorites.
Wong's home family.
Amy
Yeah.
Wong. Zoidberg tries to like
Yeah.
part of the family.
Yeah.
We got something else I've already forgotten. And we got Godfellas, where Bender meets God.
Oh, that's right.
That's an all-time favorite.
Damn, I haven't seen those in ages, and I still remember those episodes. What time is Futurama, Bird?
3 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, that's the same time as mine. Oh, well, mine's a short show anyway, so.
Sorry, I was reading the chat, and Mr. Miles was asking, why does Caddy want a phaser over a lightsaber? It reminded me of a meme that when we were working on, I can't remember what episode, but it was the one that supposedly had the most interesting man in the world in there, and for a brief second.
Yeah.
I made a whole bunch of memes that I was gonna post, but I never did. And one of them was he can fire a phaser beam from a lightsaber or something like that.
Like Ezra. Ezra has a phaser / lightsaber.
And now she's asking for both.
It was meant to be as a joke because phaser beam from a lightsaber.
Yeah. And now Caddy's asking for why doesn't she? She's just asking for both. Why not both? Just get both.
Only one gift. Come on, stop being stingy.
You gotta choose, Caddy. You can't do both.
You know,
No, she's gonna be the first person to combine a batleth and a lightsaber together.
I did that in Star Trek Discovery already.
You know, I have yet to see the last episode of Discovery. I haven't seen it yet.
Broke a lot of people.
I have not seen it yet. It's still on my queue.
Just judging by the reviews, the tone of the reviews so far, it broke a lot of people.
I mean, people hated it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, then that means I'll like it.
Apply Richie Poole.
No, when people complain about an episode of Discovery, it seems to be an episode that I actually enjoyed.
Mr. Miles is saying that no, they run out of power. Lightsabers don't. Well, we've never seen one run out of power, but we have to assume they do run out of power eventually.
Yeah, how
You
powerful
can't
is that
break
kind
the
of
laws
crystal?
of physics, Mr. Miles. Unless you just want to admit they're pure magic.
Yeah, Phaser definitely beats a lightsaber because, wide beam stun.
And you can shoot your opponent. You can shoot your opponent at a distance while they're running towards you.
Sorry, what was that?
You can try to shoot your opponent while they're coming at you too, instead of wait till you get closer and closer with that damn sword. Just fucking fire, beam, beam, pew, pew, pew.
Mr. Miles is trying to defend it by saying, like, the Force is magic.
The Force is not magic;
And it's
it's
not
brought out by little
sci-fi.
life forms. The Force is caused by little life forms.
Sci-fi.
Yeah,
It's fantasy. It doesn't belong in the same category as Star Trek.
Oh, Maxie big the Force.
That's not how the Force works.
You got to have little life forms in your body.
Yeah, the midi-chlorians. Or,
Sorry, M count, because fans got pissed at that word. It's M count now.
or what was it? It's the Morty-chlorons.
Yeah, moron chlorians.
Uh,
What the hell is that? Oh. I got a notification. I'm like, what the hell is that? Oh. Bob Mike is streaming.
yeah, I thought it was funny. A while back, YouTube actually was like, this is something you might like, and it was my own live stream.
No, I just got a little notification, my little bell on my YouTube. It just popped up, and it said, Bob Mike is live, CNA stream 33, Christmas in Kakariko.
Kakariko.
Now. I'm like, what the hell now? I've been on here for about 40 minutes.
Yeah, last time I was on Bird Stream, I got the notification like 2 minutes before it ended, and I'd been on it for over 2 hours.
Oh, if you're having a problem putting a link in the chat as a host, try pinning it, because some people have been having a hard time as hosts putting links in their own chat.
Say that again?
Okay, hosts from different shows and different channels on here are having a difficult time putting links in their own chat. YouTube is stopping that.
Because we're not using their program.
Yeah, basically, if you're trying to put another link in there, it won't show up. It'll show up on your side, but nobody will see that. But if you pin the tweet, everybody will see that.
Well, unfortunately, it's hard to run more than one thing off my phone because I'm too poor to get a better laptop yet.
Oh, that's okay. So am I.
Amen.
Well, not actually poor. I'm just saving up for a scooter. I can afford a laptop right now, or try to buy an electric scooter, and I'd rather choose a scooter.
So Mr. Miles is trying to defend himself still. So magic life forms instead of magic. Okay. I'm not sure if that explains much.
No, if you drop a blade, if a drop on the blade of lightsaber into liquid, it would not bring liquid to a boil. It would evaporate.
You can easily do that with a phaser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can boil water with the phaser. Lightsaber will just evaporate it.
You can evaporate.
Yeah, phasers have been shown to basically be, as the joke I've made several times, Swiss Army weapons.
Yeah. The heating rocks, cooking or heating. Yeah, they did that in Star Trek.
With enough phasers, you can power a shuttle.
Yeah, Galileo 7. We made that point too.
Where is Caddy saying?
I'd like to see him dump the phaser power or the power from a lightsaber and get a X-wing running.
It's powered on kyber crystals.
No, that's the focusing gem. It's not the powers it.
Oh. Then what powers
It
it?
says it's power magic that powers it.
Well, in the Apocrypha, it's actually just powered by a standard energy cell type thing.
Oh, okay.
Think microfusion cells from Fallout.
What's Fallout?
Get out.
I have never played that game.
I have literally played every Fallout game. I own almost all of them, at least in one form or another. The only one I'm missing right now in my personal collection is Fallout Tactics.
I'm just asking if you heard me before.
Oh, and
Yeah.
Fallout 76. I haven't bothered playing that one because it
okay.
sucks.
When you're ready, I could be clean. I know you're busy, but okay.
But yeah, once I get a decent computer where I can live stream like gameplay, the first thing I want to do is do a let's play type thing of like one of the Fallout games where I play the game as a character that we think of beforehand, and we have to have the character answer the questions as we think that character would actually do it, instead of being good or evil on purpose.
Well, I'll have to pass on that one because I haven't played in a long time or never. So when I haven't played in a long time or never, I'm gonna have to pass. I don't know the answers. Well, you can use default staff weapons, power source, knock one out the power of the Stargate enough to reach another galaxy.
Well, it didn't really. The staff weapons power source didn't provide enough power. It provided enough power to jump what they already had. And I always assume that Stargate travel requires as much travel or as much power as far as the wormhole needs to go, which is why further the wormhole goes, the more power you need. And I would assume like the Ida galaxy isn't that far compared to other galaxies, which is why I was able to do it.
Andromeda's closer.
So, and yeah, staff weapons haven't been seen to die, but I also think that they probably recharge themselves because there's got to be some mechanism for it to not die, even if it's because I think Nakoda is supposed to be radioactive or something like that, and that's how it gets the power. So, maybe they never explained it very well. I'm sure Mr. Miles can correct me on that one because he knows more about Stargate than I do.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, my crickets ain't even coming through. I'm playing crickets. I bet nobody can hear them.
Nope, unfortunately.
My damn sound.
Well, I haven't seen The Mandalorian season 2 yet, but I'm assuming you're talking about I think it's
Vescar.
yeah, Beskar.
Yeah, it's Vescar, not Baskar. Easily, ducking spell check. I understand that.
But yeah, in the books, or at least the old expanded universe books, yeah, Mandalorian iron or Beskar was always something that could hold up to lightsabers, which is, I'm glad they brought it back if they did.
Yeah, pure Vespar spear. I know that's going to play in handy.
And maybe that's something I'll do since I'm... Okay, get this. I had asked weeks ago to have my birthday off for... I'm sorry. Have my birthday on that Monday off from work. Basically because I don't want to have to work on my birthday. And then a few weeks ago, because of I'm not going to mention Caddy's name. I had a possible COVID contamination event thing where I had to go get tested. And of course, well, not of course, but the test came up negative. But to do a further check, they're having me get retested just in case, because they want to make sure I can work. And then they frickin' schedule me to get my COVID test on my birthday.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
So this is the second round of COVID tests that I get to take. They did the blood test, and then they did the nose test, and now they're going to go ahead and do the nose test again on my birthday.
To make sure you don't get a false positive, false negative. I understand that. That's what they do here. And you did not pay for that test, correct?
Yeah, they're paying for it.
Okay, good. Yeah, because if anybody's getting charged for the test or the vaccine, you're actually paying administrative costs, not for the vaccine itself.
Well, they're not. They haven't said anything about paying for us to get the vaccine yet, although they've implied that they're going to, because we're considered essential workers. But yeah, when it comes to the tests, my employers have been paying for the test, despite the fact that they don't pay for any other health care for us.
Yeah, because all costs are reimbursed by the government. So basically, if anybody's paying for a test or vaccine, the only thing they're paying for is administrative costs for the actual doctor's office and stuff like that. But everything is free.
Mr. Miles does bring up a question. What is stronger, Trinium or Beskar? And other than the Trinium Iris, Trinium doesn't seem to be that strong in most things that we've seen. So I might have to give it to Beskar in the expanded universe. As for current Disney canon for Star Wars, I don't know enough about their version of Beskar yet.
I think Adamantium is stronger than Beskar.
Beskar.
Adamantium.
So to answer Mr. Miles' question, I would give Star Wars original expanded universe, or sorry, Legends canon. Beskar would be better than Trinium. Trinium would probably be better than current Disney canon Beskar.
Not until you see the Mandalorian.
True, I haven't seen season 2 yet. That might be a good thing to binge watch on a live stream.
Season 2 of Mando? Oh, yeah.
Oh, definitely. You
I'll
probably
join
can get within a 4-hour span or something. 4 or
But
5 hours.
after I do my COVID test, that's what I was thinking about doing, is trying to do a stream like that for my birthday. Nothing planned out. It's all in my head right now. I'm too lazy to plan anything out.
You know, I'm getting hungry, so I'm going to take off and put something to eat.
I think Richie Prohl is trying to say neutronium, not deuteronium. But yeah, that stuff was supposed to be really strong because it's basically material pulled out of a black hole.
Yeah, but that's in Star Trek. I thought we were just talking about the metals in Star Wars.
I think we're at this point. The conversation has drifted into just what's the most powerful fictitious metal.
Adamantium.
Well, adamantium is just a poor man's version of vibranium anyway. So, in all the things, adamantium was supposed to be weaker than vibranium.
Huh.
And vibranium is broken a lot of times. Just look at Captain America's shield.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because we've seen that stuff get broken on screen, whereas we have not seen Beskar get busted yet.
Okay, Mike, I'm going to take off because I am hungry and I'm going to cook something to eat.
All right, go ahead and go cook your meat.
Well, it is bacon, so hey.
Yeah, if you want, go. Are you a mod here yet, or no?
Let me see.
Because if you are, go ahead and try to post a link to your
I am not.
live stream.
I was a mod, but YouTube took away a lot of my wrenches. I don't know why.
I did not do that. YouTube must have done it.
Yeah, YouTube took away a lot of my wrenches for some reason. and I'm not a wrench on here anymore.
You're no longer a wrench. Oh, too bad. Next time I stream from my laptop, remind me, and I'll remod you.
Okay, I'll put my little link in the private chat for you then. Hang on a second.
Alrighty.
Where is it? Oh, what the hell? Let's do this. I got a lot of tabs open right now. Button. Come on, wrong button. Here we go. Okay. It's in the private chat.
All right. Let's see if I can do this. Let's see if everyone gets to see the link or if it's just me.
I see it.
I see it. Yay!
All right. Well, have fun, man. Oh, I'll try to stop by and drop you a like.
Link.
What commenter tie?
I think the reason why they're showing it is because it is a YouTube link.
See, and Mr. Miles is trying to defend trinium more. It's lightweight for its strength. I think it's just a bit heavier than aluminum.
Okay, I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna leave you guys on so I can hear you guys cook, but I can't see the keyboard, so I can hear you guys. So later, guys.
Later.
Yeah, we don't know much about the metallurgical properties of these fictitious metals, so I don't think we can make too much of a decision on what's actually better other than what's seen on screen. But, trinium isn't really talked about that much in Stargate, to be honest. I mean, they mention it in like hulls and stuff like that, but it's not seen often enough, I think. And nobody said Gundanium because Gundam sucks. I'm kidding. I've just never seen it. I've never watched any of the Gundam series.
Yeah.
Let's see. What other fictitious metals do we have that we could bring into this?
You see what Miles is? You really pissed him off about that one.
What? Gundam doesn't suck. I live close enough to drive to where you live. I was being a little hyperbolic there, Mr. Miles. I'm just saying I've never watched it. And that's mostly because I just never knew where to start with Gundam. By the time it got real popular here, they had already had like 4 series in Japan. But Mr. Miles, have you ever seen the death battle where they did the Gundam versus Optimus Prime? I don't know if you ever watch it. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but you might like the results.
LDG's in the house.
And then he says Bert.
I'm guessing that is supposed to be right back. But he hit
Probably.
the T instead of the B.
Oh, he's saying he has watched it. All right. Yeah, for those who don't care or don't mind spoilers on a YouTube series about robots fighting each other to the death, or at least that particular episode. Yeah, Prime won, not the Gundam guy.
Oh, I'm surprised no one's mentioned about any of the strong metals that were mentioned in Star Trek.
Well, Richie mentioned or tried to mention neutronium earlier, but yeah, we got duranium. We have
gastrogenium, the one that was mentioned in Bounds of Terror that self-imploded.
Mr. Miles is trying to say they used the wrong Gundam. That's why he lost. But what was the? It wasn't Astrodenium, but it was another one of those weird ones. But yeah, God, I can't remember the name of it now.
And Spock just crumpled it like it was paper.
Yeah. It definitely wasn't just plaster of Paris that they had molded into a shape.
Yeah. And painted silver. I love the Galileo 7 review you did when you clearly pointed out the styrofoam coming out, the styrofoam rocks breaking up.
Yeah. or when the arrow that is supposedly thrown by these giant things that had killed someone earlier just barely hits and bounces off one of the rocks and hits the guy in the head.
He must have had a headache after that scene.
Of course, I loved Caddy's idea of saying, like, oh, well, at least Guantano finally had something good for the episode. He was a meat shield for Spock.
But Caddy's actual words were meat shield for best character.
Well, Richie, you should know that there is a new TOS review that is being worked on right now. Possibly by somebody in the chat. And then there might be another one after that with someone in the panel.
I think Bird fell asleep.
That's fine.
I didn't fall asleep.
Mr. Miles is like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be doing that.
So I believe one of those episodes is going to be court martial.
Yeah, it's going to be court martial and the one after court martial that I can't remember the name of now.
Let me check it right now.
God, why can't I remember?
I'm looking it up. Okay, so you finished off at tomorrow's yesterday. You got Court Martial and Return of the Archons.
Oh, yeah. So the next TOS review is going to be those two episodes put into a single review. And then the one after that is going to be Space Seed.
Yeah. For the part of Return of the Archons, it'd be a great time to insert the Lower Decks clip.
Yeah, we do mention that. Mostly, our Caddy tries to mention it, playing it off like, oh, I knew it was going on the whole time because it was spoiled by Lower Decks. I'm like, no, you didn't. You forgot about it until I brought it up at the end.
And then Court Martial's a good one to talk about.
Are you kidding? Court Martial is so boring.
I enjoyed Court Martial. It's basically Star Trek Law and Order. Law and Order Starfleet Victims Unit.
Mr. Miles, I can send you the link because I do have those episodes. So you send me, or I'll send you the link for that, the teaser having to do with Return of the Archerons, or whatever it was. And how you doing, Wolfie?
Hey, Nightbreeze. Okay.
I've never heard an RC, but I don't know what I need more caffeine.
Oh.
I don't know how an Aussie says Lower Decks. So yeah, Richie, the the joke meme that I've used a couple of times before about Law and Order Starfleet Victims Unit. I make that joke again in court martial. I'm surprised at how much. Go ahead.
I wonder if Caddy's going to like the 24th episode, which is The Side of Paradise. Because it's a very Spock heavy episode, but it's not good Spock.
We'll see if she likes that one. She might blow a head gasket. Yeah, definitely Jag in space, Richie.
Yeah. You know, I feel like I might.
So I'm judging by the way Mr. Miles said it. So instead of saying lower decks, they say something along the lines of low decks, low decks.
Where's Ozzy O'Prey when you need him?
Oi, mate, how are you?
In Australia, it's upper decks because we're down. We're already we're the lower decks of the world.
Yeah. Well, another one I think she'll blow a head gasket on is The Alternative Factor.
Okay, you're gonna have to remind me the plot of that one because I don't remember that particular title name.
Lazarus.
Oh, Lazarus. Okay. Thank
I
you.
just have to say him, and people are like, "Oh yeah, that episode."
That episode gives me headaches.
Well, you got a few episodes to do before that one.
I'm sorry. Anytime, like even in DC's antimatter universe bullshit, every time I hear that kind of crap, I'm always like, no, that's not how antimatter works. God damn it.
I think that was the main episode talking about dilithium crystals.
Well, I thought Lazarus was the one where it had the guy from the antimatter universe.
Yeah. No, it was like a parallel universe. It's like they just used the matter and antimatter reference to explain it.
Either way, it's not how frickin' antimatter works in the real world. Well, then, Mr. Miles, I'll make you edit that one.
Oh, God, that episode.
Yeah, but there's so many. What I want to be able to do one of these days is take like a long weekend and finally edit all the videos we've got saved up, because we've got the Voltron episodes, we've got other episodes that we wanted to do. I just don't have time to edit everything, and it sucks.
I know editing takes a long time. Like I got so many in backlog, it's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Because we want to finish off season 1 of Voltron. We're not going to do any other seasons of Voltron, mostly because I have to pay for them if I want to get them, unless, I'm not going to do it the illegal way.
Yeah.
And then instead of doing Voltron, Caddy wants to do I can't remember the name of it. I'm going to mispronounce it. It's like Hashihime or something like that. Which is the sequel series to Inuyasha. Yeah, let's see if she could handle Spock singing.
She can handle hippie Spock.
Well, we know that she didn't like emo Spock from Naked Time. Or Naked Now. So let's see if she can handle hippie Spock.
You got 2 seasons to get through before that, where you got to deal with Spock in Love, German 40s Spock, if you know what I mean, and Spock with no brain.
Yeah, that's another one that she's going to enjoy. When they take Spock's brain. We've even made jokes about it already, because it just through cultural osmosis, that episode has become so infamous Even she's heard about it.
Yeah, because it's so good. It's so bad. It's good. Type episode.
More like so bad we can't help but enjoy it, but it's still bad.
Oh yeah.
And Night Breeze. Vile Mike, you mean a series with faster than light travel has something that doesn't work the way it should, or doesn't way in our world? Wow. That's because the faster than light stuff is portrayed as something that has an applied phlebotinum, which is dilithium. Antimatter and matter still is supposed to, at least in the warp core, is supposed to still react the same way in the real world.
Have you guys watched Discovery Season 2?
LDG, just go to the Twitter. I put the link in there for the panel. I can't post it right now because I didn't save the link. And say that again, Ty.
Hey, Val, Mike, did you and the Vile Child watch Destiny Discovery Season 2?
I did. She hasn't watched any of Discovery.
Oh, she's going. If you think she lost her mind with watching emo Spock, wait until she sees Discovery Spock at the end.
I don't know. I kind of liked Gregory Peck's version of Spock. I didn't really hate it.
He had a good version up until the last episode when he had his speech with Burnham in the shuttle.
Dude, I only watched the episodes once, and it was when it came out. So I don't remember everything about those.
Oh, I only watched it once, and it ingrained in my head. I think I went on a massive rant on my review of that episode.
Did you do all reviews for all episodes of Star Trek Discovery? Because I don't remember seeing them.
I've done season 2, every episode of season. That's how I started my channel.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go back and watch. I mostly watched everything else, I think. I thought it was season 3 you were talking about, so I stopped. I was trying not to watch it.
Season 2. Yeah, I got all of season 2 in the first episode of season 3. And you
Richie
can really
Poole,
see how poor the quality of my videos were back then to now.
Oh yeah, just watch my first TOS review to compare to anything made in the last few months. I mean, it's just awful. Hold on. LDG's being or can't seem to find it.
He's the
That's the
MVP.
wrong thing.
Most
See if I can-
vulgar picture.
Dang it. What the hell is wrong with my phone now? Dang it. Hold on, LDG. I'm trying. Commodore Ty, you talk about something while I figure this out.
Oh, like, what would you want me to talk about?
Vamp.
What? Oh, boy. Let's see what's going on here. Link me, Twitter. Oh, come on, LGD. It's easy. Just go to Twitter and find Vile Mike.
Well, technically it's at SD GameSwap.
Yeah, I just type in Vile Mike into search and SD GameSwap shows up.
Oh, it does? I don't know. I've never checked myself like that. All right, here he is.
There he
LDG is. LDG is being a what? I'm sorry. What? What was that? There was no link in Twitter, by the way, unless you were talking about some kind of group.
No, I did when I was talking about my announcement for the stream, my response to that was a link to the StreamYards. So the first link was to the YouTube channel or the YouTube video. The second link was for the StreamYards.
Yeah, I guess
I didn't
just
realize
missed
LDG was on Question of Trek yesterday. I missed it because I had to
that.
work.
Oh, there it is.
So you
Yes, I
almost won
was.
yesterday?
Got a record number
I
of
almost
points.
won. Got robbed.
How did you
I
get
was
robbed
I
on
was
that
so
one?
in the lead too. I mean, I was blasting those points, man, and just found another way of freaking losing, getting freaking getting robbed. All
And
good.
be honest, your questions were generally harder than the rest.
Thank you.
Except for
Don't
not
say
knowing
Picard's family.
nephew's
God,
name. That's unexcusable.
Okay, I'm
Inexcusable.
sorry.
Wait, he doesn't know. He
Those
didn't know
questions
Renee's
were
name?
so. I
He
know
didn't know
Renee.
Renee's name.
I knew the names, dude. I was getting questions that were so freaking hard that when I finally got the one half easy one, and I say half easy one because one of the questions was, what was one of the two books that Odo likes to read, and the only two options were, Picard's freaking what was Picard's freaking Dick. What's it called?
Dixon Hill.
Dixon Hill, or whatever else name it was, the actual name. I'm like, are you freaking kidding? And I get questions, like some really hard questions. I can't even think of it right now because I literally just got up and I'm having my first cup of coffee. But I got some really tough questions, man. What was the name of the starship in like episode 1, 2, 3, in scene 5? In the background of behind the planet shit, like some crazy crap.
Oh, frig.
Yeah, Mr.
But I
Miles
was
is
rocking
saying,
it.
can you take away points from LDG for complaining, even though you're not currently playing?
You know what? Bite me, okay?
He's
Here,
not. He's
take
not.
away the.
He's complaining about someone else's game, so I'm not going to take away any points right now.
I mean, it was rough, dude. I came from behind too because at the beginning of the match I was losing, and I'm like, oh man, I'm not going to win this. I'm like 5-6 points behind. Freaking,
I might have to go back and rewatch that. I tend not to watch other people's live streams after the fact because I'm always worried that they're going to be doing spoilers for stuff that I don't want to listen to yet. But I think Question of Trek is one of the few ones I can go back and just watch because
it was
it's
fun.
a game like mine.
It was fun. I had a blast. And what really pisses me off is the question I lost. I actually said the answer by guessing, but because I'm from New York, I guess I say tal means. I didn't say tal. I said tal, which technically I did say the name, but I didn't get points for it, and I ended up losing.
Oh, and Richie wants to know, LDG, how are you with Legend of Zelda?
I'm okay. I can do Zelda. I know my Zelda.
Well, I'm trying to
but
find
like I said, how many people
I'm trying to get some actual huge Zelda people to watch to play the game next time.
I'm assuming you have a lot of people that want in on Zelda. So I said, if you have a lot of people, I'm willing to sit out on Zelda only because I really want to get on the game, the cartoon, the 2 cartoon shows that you're going to do.
The 80s and 90s one?
Yeah. Like I'd rather be on that hands down if I have to sit out on Zelda if you have enough people. But if you don't, then I'll do that too.
Well, I'm hoping if I can have time to actually get to my laptop to do it, that the Zelda one will be the first one. Well, I'll have audio and video clues if I can get it done right. I got to figure out how to do it first.
Well, let me know if you need help.
Oh, and Mr. Miles has a question for you. He's saying, do you use Pixels because you like Google Pixels?
No. No, I had Pixels before Google had Pixels.
Maybe you should change it to voxels. It'd be LDG voxels and voxelate.
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
Well, voxels are more.
What the hell is a voxel?
It's a 3D version of a pixel.
Wouldn't that just be called a 3D pixel?
No, it's called a voxel.
Hmm.
All right, I'll
Like,
look it up. Interesting.
Yeah, have you ever seen it was a bad movie, but did you ever see the actual Adam Sandler movie Pixels?
Yeah, no, I didn't actually see it, but yeah.
Yeah, the whole movie name is a misnomer because all the characters in that game and that movie are actually made up of voxels, not pixels.
In a 3D computer graphics, a voxel represents a value on a regular grid in a three-dimensional space. As with pixels in a two-dimensional bitmap, voxels themselves do not typically have their position explicitly encoded with their values. Okay, that makes absolutely no sense. A voxel is a unit of graphical information that defines a point in three-dimensional space. Okay. Okay.
And Mr. Miles is correct. Yeah, what used to be called the Nexus is now the Pixel because I think Google bought them and changed the name. Because Google is all powerful. We need to bow down to our Google overlords.
Of course.
You know, maybe I might be able to do something like that. I thought you guys were kidding around, like it meant something funny or something, but that's cool. I didn't know that. Did not know that.
Yeah, the whole thing about a voxel is it's supposed to be able to move around a 3D grid as opposed to being stationary like a pixel.
I think they just called the movie Pixels is because your average Joe would recognize pixels over
voxels. Yeah.
Terms. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But in theory, a voxel should be able to be represented by a single binary unit with a secondary value to show its place in space-time, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Three-dimensional array.
Yeah. So you could have one number meaning one value having to do with the color of the voxel itself, and then one value having to do with its placement on a three-dimensional grid. Whereas a pixel is just one value for its color, pretty much, because the two-dimensional grid doesn't matter as much.
Doesn't matter as much.
Well, when you're talking about two-dimensional space, it only has height and width, not length. So,
unfortunately, you're right and not right.
So
there is a moment where a pixel does actually have three-dimensional space. That's how they do X-rays today.
Yeah, not really.
All X-rays are splices of two-dimensional pixels just put right after each other. And you mouse wheel through the two-dimensional layers, which gives the three-dimensional. It's like 2.5.
Yeah, but each individual pixel would only be on each layer. It wouldn't be that the same pixel wouldn't have the same value all the way through.
But if you exactly, so if you put them all the way together, you have three-dimensional. Technically, have a three-dimensional group of two-dimensional layers.
And Mr. Miles is correcting me. They didn't buy them. They changed the name because they stopped outsourcing the construction of the phones and took over for themselves. And I didn't know that, so thank you. And that's one of the things I can actually, if someone's correcting me when I'm wrong, and
the Google Pixel was supposed to be something completely different, and then they screwed it up and turned it into what it is now. The original Pixel was supposed to be like a revolutionary phone.
I think we have had Bird versus LDG in games before, but yeah.
No. We almost had it until Bird had to leave and have his friend Resolute Germ take over. We didn't actually have a full battle yet. I'm waiting for that.
Should do it on the when they do villains, when Val does villains.
So it's confirmed Richie Poole wants to be able to bang someone he can have little baby Cuberts with.
Oh God.
Richie Poole Jr. is a Cuber.
Mandalorian.
Oh, I got a sub last night. Awesome. Hey, 155 is available. Sweet. I was up late last night. Didn't want to be late today, but
Mr. Miles is like, I only know this stuff because he used to be a Google fanboy, and he hangs his head in shame. I'm not a Google fanboy, but I still use Google stuff because I just prefer it over Apple or most other stuff. It's just the ease of use, not necessarily because I'm a huge fan of it or the company. At least Google's never tried to sue me, which is why I don't like Apple.
Mm-hmm.
You just paid what you owed
kept a little. Sorry.
Just pay what you owe Apple. They won't sue you.
No, that's the thing is what happened was back in the day when the iPhone first came out, Apple had stored a bunch of replacement parts in certain warehouses down in Mexico, but they failed to pay their rent. So those parts basically hit the black market because, if you don't pay the rent, the stuff in the warehouse needs to go somewhere. So they sold it all. And I picked up a whole bunch of Apple parts for really cheap. And I was fixing iPhones on the cheap. And Apple sent me a cease and desist order saying that if I didn't pay them the licensing fee to repair their products for $30,000 a year, they were going to sue me. And they literally put in there that we know that you're a small company and you wouldn't be able to afford it, so you might as well just either pay us or stop repairing. And I was like, fuck you guys, then I'll stop repairing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wrong. They should have gotten slammed on for that. But it's all right. They got their upcomings. Their manufacturing plant just got like totally wiped. The workers revolted because they were only getting paid $7 a month.
Yeah, hopefully we get some backlog for YouTube. Ugh.
Apple customers
Apple
don't want to be able to take their stuff to cheap repair shops. That's where peasants get their stuff fixed.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. I was fixing like
company should be stripped away from them.
I was fixing about a dozen phones every week because a lot of people think of iPhones as a status symbol. So they'll pay money to get it originally to get the thing, but then they don't have the money to repair it when it gets broke.
Yeah, that's the whole purpose. This way the peons can't have iPhones. It's to keep the poor people from having iPhones. It's all part of the plan. You were mucking up their plans.
Right. Is that why Karoga only has Android? Orphans?
Basically.
Okay. Does Karoga provide Androids to the orphans?
Hell no. We don't give away free phones. The androids want phones. They're going to have to work for the phones.
Yeah, that's an extra 5 years.
Not a lot of signals in the mines, I'll be honest.
So there's no Karoga version of the Obama phone? There's not no
Obama phones in Karoga. Karoga never even recognized the presidency of Obama since he never proved his citizenship.
Oh God!
There's just an 8-year gap in United States presidents.
Bird, that's horse shit. So I'm not even gonna go further than that. But Mr. Miles is saying that Apple doesn't want you repairing their phones without their permission. Yeah, that's basically it. They assume that people have $30,000 to pay for a freaking licensing fee. No, screw that.
Unfortunately, they don't really have the right to even say anything.
No, but even if they were to lose the court battle, it would have bankrupted my business. I mean, my business only makes like
If
10
they
grand a
lose-
year.
If they lose the court battle, they have to pay your court fees.
Not necessarily. It would depend on what I'm able to prove in court, and I'd have to prove enough financial hardship. But the thing is,
it wouldn't even make it to court. You're not responsible. You didn't buy the iPhone. The only person they could sue is the person who buys the phone. That's
LDG,
the only person who agrees to the terms and conditions.
They could bog it down so the court case would take years and years and years to the point where I wouldn't be able to afford it no matter what, and I'd have to give up just because I couldn't afford it.
Sounds like a cop out. I don't think the courts would even allow that to be entered.
LDG.
I understand that, but I don't think
there are companies
the judge
that get sued like that. The judges have to; their hands are tied half the time, because if these are things that are legally in the legal code to extend court cases. So you come, you're all ready, your lawyer shows up, and then they come with one lawyer and say, "Oh, because of this, we're filing this extension, and you'll be back in 6 months." And then 6 months comes, and then they come like, "Okay, we'll be back in a month."
So what does that cost you a dime then?
Because your lawyer has to take a day off to go to court.
Yeah,
and be
LDG,
ready
let me put it to you this way.
So then don't have a lawyer then. What then just go and let them do it then.
LDG, do you know how much it costs just to file a papers at the court?
Now listen, you don't have to walk it through me. I know how fucked up the system is. I'm trying to fight that, for God's sakes. What I'm trying to say is, don't they have to have a pre before the court date even before the session even happens? Don't they have to say that this is even gonna be a thing? The preliminary, whatever the hell.
Yeah,
where the judge says you even have a case or not.
Make sure that happens.
Okay, what you're talking about is a legal term called standing, and yes, they would have to prove they have standing before they could even file their original motion. The thing is, because of copyright law, they would easily be able to say they have some sort of standing because Apple's been doing this for years. They've been, as I said, they've been suing small people like me for decades, so they obviously can show the courts that they have standing.
Did you
Whether or not
use an
it's
Apple
legal,
logo in your advertising?
Sorry?
Did you use an Apple logo in your advertising?
Nope, I just used the word iPhone.
Well,
you should just say phones. It doesn't make sense how they can sue you to repairing something.
I know.
The person who
LDG,
bought the phone's fault.
I agree with you. It is completely ridiculous, but trust me, there was no way I'd win the court battle because they'd bog it down so much that I'd have to go out of business just to pay my court fees. It doesn't matter if eventually I'd get that money back. It's like, how much money am I willing to spend in order to try to get that money back later?
All right, you know what? If you just want to fix the problem, just vote Project Prometheus. I'll fix it all, guys. I'm dead serious. I'm tired of hearing this bullshit. I can't believe we live in a country that allows that loophole to hurt somebody without anything happening. Just drown you to death with a court case that doesn't even happen, and that's what kills you. That makes no sense. Absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, like even what Mr. Miles is saying, and what he says here, they've accused people of counterfeiting their product by using non-approved Apple screens or even non-approved Apple cables. Wow. If he's talking about what I think he's talking about, Apple has basically accused people of using third-party merchandise and saying that invalidates their warranties and shit like that.
Yeah, because they want full. You know what? You know how to fix this? Everybody who owns an Apple, stop buying an Apple.
I stopped
Let
buying
them go
Apple.
out of business.
I don't deal with Apple at all anymore.
Let them go out of business. If they bitch and cry, you tell them, I want to own the phone I buy. Make them change.
Yeah,
until you do that, they're still going to freaking do it.
Going to go with that.
Doesn't matter. It just needs somebody to let those 99 people know, and they'll actually do something about it. You need a big enough name,
I
somebody
gotta
who
drop
stands
out,
above the
guys.
rest.
I'll talk to you later.
All
Take it
right,
easy,
later,
Bird.
man.
Later.
Have a good stream. But yeah, Apple, at least when it comes to, if it came down to Google or Apple, I'd do Google anytime. But even Nightbreeze is talking about this guy in Illinois who filed hundreds of lawsuits against the state for just bullshit reasons, and even admitted that his purpose was to bankrupt the state.
Yeah.
It's still ridiculous,
don't they-
Mr. Miles.
Why
There's
don't
plenty
they
of
let
times
them
I've
do
fixed
that
the
without
Nintendo
having the
system and
people in
resold
there?
it.
You think they'd say that, okay, well, if you're gonna do that, then you got to do it without wasting the court's time. That it would be some kind of without letting people
Unfortunately,
having to show up.
Pixels, unfortunately, most states don't have anti-slap lawsuits, and I would recommend you look up what a slap lawsuit. It's an acronym. I can't remember what it stands for, but SLAPP. And that's most of those lawsuits. When people talk about, like frivolous lawsuit type stuff, that's what anti-slap law would
Why did the
prevent.
judge let it happen? Why did the judge not see that that's what they're doing? If you're a big ass company like Apple, and you have some bullshit excuse to push back the date, why don't the judges say no? You're going now.
Because unfortunately, when you have money, the courts listen right now.
But the court's losing money. The court is knowing it's getting hurt.
Yes, but also the court are obliged to represent people or represent cases that are brought before them.
Yes. Which means they have to care about the defendant as well.
Unfortunately, the way things work, though, is when you have more money, you get more time before a judge. That's just how it works because our system is fucked up to begin with.
Wouldn't be if I was the judge.
They can be Parrot Head, but I still think that most states need some stronger anti-slap lawsuits or anti-slap laws. Sorry.
They'll never do it because.
Well, I think it's like 30 out. I'm just guesstimating here, but I think it's like 30 out of 50 states have decent anti-slap laws. And I completely agree, Mr. Miles. Again, because I've sold modded systems, it's still a Nintendo product just with aftermarket parts. And that's all you have to be saying when you sell something like that. It's a Apple product with aftermarket parts. It does not mean
because if you do open and it voids the warranty, once you void the warranty, the phone is no longer Apple's.
Well, it's not Apple's property once you buy it, but again, they've actually tried to argue in court that when you buy an Apple product, you're actually leasing it from them.
But you don't have to give the phone back.
Exactly. But they also say that
not leased.
Yeah, I know, but they've tried to argue that in court before. That's what I'm saying.
And win?
They didn't win, but they've, as I said, they argued it in court, but they didn't win.
You know what? Fuck it. The only way we're gonna win is, guys, Project Prometheus, change the world. Let's do it. Fuck these companies. Really pissing me off. I will force these bitches to do something, okay? Because this is wrong.
Yeah, just like on some of my videos recently, I'm getting tagged with copyright claims.
You do realize that once Prometheus becomes an operating system, the next logical step is to actually come out with LDG phones and LDG computers. You do know that, right?
Don't we already have that?
No, not LG. LDG.
Yeah, and Mr. Miles kind of has it right here. If it's a repair, it's an illegal modification. So if they create a shitty product that breaks, it's your fault, not theirs.
Stop buying them.
I have. I have not bought a single Apple product since the Apple II.
Wow.
Wow.
And even then, I bought it used.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get my second cup of coffee. Give it 2 minutes.
But yeah, the only other Apple product I've had since an Apple II is a Apple iPod Shuffle that was given to me by the San Diego Blood Bank for donating enough blood.
Hmm.
And I never used it.
Huh.
The only reason I kept it was because it was a special product red version that red had to do with something. I can't remember exactly, but it actually said on the back, you know, like as a thank you from the San Diego Blood Bank, that kind of stuff.
I just saw a commercial for Disney Plus, and all they show is The Mandalorian.
That would pretty much be one of the reasons I'd get Disney Plus if I could afford it right now. Is
It's
just
only
for
$9.99 a month.
I might have to just do that because I'm already
And I
paying
think they
Hulu.
give you like a week or something free, or so just binge watch The Mandalorian during that week, and then cancel it until you want to buy it.
Yes, Parrot Head, the blood was mine. That
That's
reminds
the
me
only
of an old joke. Yeah, the blood bank. I stopped donating blood to the blood bank because they asked too many questions. Have you had contact with anyone with AIDS? Do you do drugs? Why is it in buckets?
Oh.
I like Richie's. In 20 years, LDG Pixels would be the evil mega corporation that we have to fight.
Well, at least it'd be only one instead of multiple.
Yeah, LDG is going to be the new OCP. Instead of the Ed 209, he's going to build the Pickles 209. Let's see. Yeah, Mr. Miles, I've been using the same phone for a while now. It's basically the poor man's version of the Galaxy 3. So it's not even a new version of the Galaxy, but it's good enough. And I have no need to right now to increase to a 5G. I'll stick with my 4Gs for now. But I think the phone I use is like a $50 phone because I'm poor. The pickle arm will be disturbing. Yeah, it's got a Gatling gun that fires pickles at you.
Boom. Hmm.
And I guess that would also mean that OCP will eventually also have a good guy version called the Robo Pickle.
Yeah.
Except in this case, it's actually just a giant green vibrator.
Hey, Vile. If you ever want to discipline your girl, you should just make her watch all of the bad scenes of Spock.
No, because that might damage her psyche.
Psychological torture. Make her watch all the cringeworthy moments that Spock
Oh,
has.
man. I'm sorry, that just made me laugh. I just realized LGG kind of looks like Sigma from Mega Man X. That made me laugh so hard I coughed, Mr. Miles. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's about right.
what?
Not Ryan Johnson.
Yeah.
Because they only sign you to 2-year contracts, and then, oh, you can get an upgrade, but you got to re-sign your contract.
Yeah, I stopped doing that. I now just do prepaid every month. Mostly because it's cheaper and I don't have to sign a contract. After the way Verizon fucked me over, pardon my language, I just stopped doing contracts. Because Verizon pissed me off. I had a contract, but I also had phone insurance.
Yeah.
And after 2 years, my phone got stolen.
Oh.
And I'm like, okay, well, I've been paying insurance for 2 years. Let me get a new, replace my phone. And they're like, well, according to the insurance you have, we have to replace the phone with a like or similar model to the one you originally had. And they don't make those anymore. So we have to charge you $400 to get a crappier phone than what we give away for free right now.
Oh.
And I was like, you're effing kidding me, right? I've been paying insurance every freaking month. And you're going to charge me $400 for a worse phone than what I had? And then, of course, because I just needed a goddamn phone, pardon my language, I was like, fine, just overnight the phone for me and get it, and get it to me because I need a freaking phone.
Yeah.
And then, of course, when they overnighted it, it took them 2 effing weeks to overnight a phone.
How?
Because they literally kept screwing up. First time, oh, we actually submitted the paperwork after 5, so it won't be available until after, say I went on Monday, I can't remember exactly.
Yeah.
But I go in Monday and said, okay, it'll be here tomorrow. I show up on Tuesday. Well, we submitted the paperwork after 5, so it won't actually be here until Wednesday. So I show up Wednesday. Oh, sorry, we submitted the wrong paperwork. We had to start over. We'll get it to you tomorrow. I show up Thursday. Oh, we actually did it after 5 again. It won't be until Friday. Oh, sorry, they sent the wrong phone. We got to redo it. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Vile? Hey, Vile.
What?
Hey, I have someone in my backstage. They just totally effed up their audio. I got to help them out.
All right. No worries, Bob. I'm going to end the stream in about 10 minutes anyway.
I know, understand, man. Sorry I was late today, man. Just like I said, I went to bed late last night and freaking slept.
No worries. It's just an open panel. When I'm not doing Jet Nerdy, it's open panel.
I know. But I got to pop in for a minute and say what's up, man. Take care. Hope you have a good week. And then next week is going to be Zelda.
Yep.
Right. All right. Let me know if you have enough people or what. Just keep me posted. Thanks everybody. Chat.
I'll be hyping it up on the Twitter this week.
Okay. All right, guys. All right. Take it easy, guys. LDG out.
See you later.
Later.
All right. Parrothead, we were talking about $60 for Metro. I've been using Straight Talk, which is about $50 a month, and it's unlimited everything except for using my phone as a mobile hotspot.
Okay.
So that's why I use them. Yes, Caddy. What do you want? Oh, and apparently Mr. Miles shows his junk to his phones.
I flashed my phone. She's back.
She's back. Oh, and Nightmare beat me to it by actually putting it in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't know Metro PCS has unlimited hotspot. If it has unlimited hotspot, I might go to them instead. As of right now, I only have like 10 gigabytes I'm allowed to use my mobile hotspot for. But what's funny is when I check my actual data usage, when it's just on my phone, because I do so much on my phone, I used like between 50 and 60 gigabytes worth of data last month.
Oh wow.
Because when I'm working, I almost always am listening to a podcast or I'm listening to something. So, 8 hours of streaming almost every day. Plus, afterwards, when I get home, I don't watch TV. I, put something on my phone.
Yeah, I got my Disney Plus on my TV now.
Oh, she wants to know when I'm heading out to pick her up. After I end the stream in about 10 minutes.
But it'd be interesting to just see her reactions to some of the crazy Spock episodes. I know I'd get a good laugh out of those.
As I said, she didn't like emo Spock, so we'll see what she has to say about some of the other ones in the near future.
Like, how about Happy Crazy Spock and Love Spock?
Part of me is more scared about crazy lustful Spock.
Oh, for a mock time. Yeah. Did she watch Wrath of Khan yet?
No, she hasn't seen Wrath of Khan, but she's seen Into Darkness.
But she knows what happens in Wrath of Khan, right?
Yes. Again, because of cultural osmosis.
Osmosis, yeah. But I wonder what actually watching that scene will do to her psyche about.
Oh, that ending of Wrath of Khan is still one of the best death scenes in all of Hollywood, I think.
Of course. It was done very well. And then they just basically flipped it Into Darkness, and it looks like crap.
Yeah, the Into Darkness version pissed me off because I
was furious. I'm like, dude, they are just recopying the scene line by line. They just switched the two characters around.
Yeah, I know some people liked Into Darkness the most out of all the JJ films. To me, it was the worst one.
Oh yeah, for sure, the worst.
I think, as I said, the only film I think that's worse than Into Darkness is Insurrection.
I don't mind Insurrection that much. It wasn't the best, but we had a lot worse. I would rather watch Insurrection than Final Frontier.
Okay, Final Frontier had some bad script writing, but the plot was actually fairly well done.
The plot was done well, but if they wrote it well, it would have came off better. And then they used the discount special effects art group.
Yeah. But when it comes to Insurrection, I just did not like the plot of that movie. That the plot pissed me off more than Final Frontiers, because it was not only an episode that they've already freaking done. The same basic plot was the same thing from Generations.
Yeah, they kind of, except for like the Generation movies kind of fell flat, even though First Contact was the best of the four of them. I still wouldn't put them ahead of any of the good original series movies.
I'd have to disagree with you, Parrot Head. I don't think that Cumberbatch was a good Khan. I think he was a great villain.
Oh,
but I don't think he was a good Khan.
Yeah, I felt like he should have played like another supernatural character that they had in the original series, and that was Gary Mitchell.
Or
Charlie.
Not necessarily Gary Mitchell, but if they wanted to keep the Superman, or at least a eugenics type thing, just have him be some other eugenics guy, not Khan himself.
They could have had him as Colonel Green. I believe that was his name. in the Savage Curtain.
God, you do know TOS better than I do.
But like, there were so many characters they could have made him. Like, yes, he was an imitation Khan.
Or hell, you could have had him. You could have had Cumberbatch be what's his name from Court Martial, the one that we just did. Have him be someone who
Lieutenant
was
Commander
betrayed
Finney.
by Kirk.
Lieutenant
Yeah.
Commander Finney.
Yeah.
Yeah. You wouldn't have had to make him supernatural, but you could have had him made him like this psychotic, evil genius type person. Like, he's
Who's
so
out
bent.
to get Kirk?
Yeah, and he didn't care who got in the way, because in the original series episode, The Court Martial, which you just watched, he was willing to kill everyone on board the Enterprise to get back at Kirk, because he knew killing Kirk meant nothing. Destroying the ship would have hurt Kirk more than killing him.
And Mr. Miles thinks that Cumberbatch could have made a great Garth of Izar.
Exactly. Garth of Izar. There were so many other villains in the TOS saga that they could have picked, but they picked Khan because he was the most well known, and most outside of Trek know him over any of the other guys we just mentioned, like a Gary Mitchell or a Charlie X.
Yeah.
Or
and I think part of the problem is that JJ knows that everyone thinks that The Wrath of Khan is the best Trek movie, and he was like, you know what? Hold my beer. I'll make it better.
And he, in the end of it, made it worse.
Exactly.
Because you didn't even get good Khan backstory.
I have no idea what she's trying to say there.
I guess I was trying to put an emoji in there and it failed.
Yeah, I don't use emojis. But yeah, there's a lot I'd like to do, like watching all the Star Trek movies with Caddy. We've only watched the first one because we got to see it in the theaters.
Oh, nice.
When they redid
it. Nice.
We had a whole day out of it. It was me, Caddy, and Mrs. Vile. We all went to go see it in the theaters.
Well, Anti-Trekker will talk about how he saw it in theaters when it actually came out.
I couldn't have done that because I wasn't born yet.
I know, but Anti-Trekker would have said that. That's how he would have said, oh, you guys only saw the special edition. I went to the theater when it first came out in 1979. Yes, Richie, I do agree. Instead of Khan, it should have been Gary Mitchell. Yes, thank you.
Wait, is Richie Poole saying Gary Mitchell in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan? It should have been The Wrath of Gary Mitchell. Or are you talking about JJ's Inter Darkness version?
Yeah, can you clarify which Star Trek II you're talking about?
And to answer that one, Mr. Miles, I would say it's because instead of bringing him back, they just turned the concept into the Q.
Yeah, I think the terrain concept was a pre-Q idea, and instead of bringing terrain back, they just made him like, because you have so many fan books now and novelizations that are linking terrain with the Q. No,
okay.
JJ, yeah, okay, yeah. Like I said that when they first came out with Into Darkness, when everyone says, "Oh my God, it's going to be Khan," I'm like, no, can it be like someone else, like a Gary Mitchell, because he was also insane and power hungry, and I think the character would have worked a lot better with Cumberbatch than him doing Khan.
All right, but we're about to hit the 2-hour mark, and Caddy wants me to go pick her up, so I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Anything you want to plug right now, Ty, since you're still here?
Just if you haven't subscribed to Commodore Ty yet, please subscribe.
And he might be in a future episode on my channel next year.
Yeah. Well, I hope to be more.
All right. I'll just say later, folks.
Later.